Today we're learning about two different grading systems in rock climbing. The Yosemite decimal system, used for rope climbing, and the V-scale, used for bouldering. My name is Miss Lewis, and I have the coolest job of teaching the best students here in Colorado, and you're watching Mountain Syllabus. We can tell how hard or easy a climb is based on its grade. It's worth noting that a grade is different than a rating. Rating refers to star system, the quality or the enjoyability of a climb, while grading refers to how hard or easy a climb is. The first system we're going to talk about is popular within rope climbing, and it's called the Yosemite decimal system. The Yosemite decimal system uses numbers to grade the difficulty of walks, hikes, rock climbs, and everything in between. It's not the only system used by rock climbers, but it is the most popular and most preferred. This system has been around since the 1950s, and it was used to refine earlier systems that had been used and developed, especially within Yosemite Valley in California. Today, it's the most widely accepted in North America. The Yosemite decimal system is broken up into 5 different categories. Class 1 is a standard flat hike. Class 2 is an inclined and often rocky hike. Class 3 describes hiking that often requires your hands, known as scrambling. Class 4 describes scrambling that is exposed, which is a term that basically means there's a lot of air between you and the ground. And Class 5 is what you would normally think about when you think of actual, proper rock climbing. Because rock climbing is a sport of its own, Class 5 gets broken up even further. 5-0 is the least strenuous that a rock climb can be, while a 5-15D is the most strenuous climb that any human has ever done, at least up until this point in history. If you've never climbed before, you're going to want to start with a beginner climb, which is, I'd say, about a 5-6. You may find a gym that has a 5-5, but typically people start at 5-6. From there, you can climb a 5-7, 5-8, 5-9, and then once you get into 5-10s, you've advanced from beginner to intermediate. 5-10s then get broken up even further, and we start adding in letters. It starts with 5-10A, which is easier than a 5-10B, then it goes C and D, and once you get to a 5-10D, it then goes to 5-11A, B, C, D, and so on. If you've reached 5-13, then you are an expert, maybe even sponsored or professional. To understand that a little bit better, if you've seen Free Solo with Alex Honnold, he climbed a 5-12D on the Freerider to get to the top of El Capitan. And Tommy Caldwell, in his movie The Dawn Wall, had to climb a 5-14D to get to the top of his project. All right, so that's the Yosemite decimal system, used for grading the difficulty of roped climbs. Now we're going to talk about the grading system for bouldering. It's called the V-scale. The V-scale, short for Vermin, is named after a famous climber, John Vermin Sherman. It's a simple grading system that ranks boulder problems on a difficulty from V0 all the way up to V17. Like the Yosemite decimal system, it has an open scale, which means if someone ever climbs something harder than a V17, then a new number will just be added to the system. In general, V0 through V2 have large handholds, plenty of footholds, and are great for beginner climbers. V3 through V6 have smaller holds or overhung moves and are great for intermediate climbers. V7 through V9 require serious strength and refined technique to complete, and V10 through V13 is advanced. Beyond that, you're within the realm of the elite. Now you know the two most popular grading systems in rock climbing: the Yosemite decimal system and the V-scale. Knowing these systems can help you to select a climb that's within your route and difficulty level and be able to progress even further as a climber. And who knows, if you stick with it, maybe you'll be the next to add a number to one of these two very popular rock climbing grading systems. I'm Miss Lewis, and this is Mountain Syllabus.